tell me what I'm doing. And just like for real, you know how everybody in this room knows because we all been there and we all know what we would have done to get up out of there. Period. And so at the end of the day, dealing with my trauma, I think the biggest thing that I can do is be some ear with my heart. You know what I mean? Like for real. And I think that that's where the answer is going to lie for a lot of people. You know what I mean? We're going to have to be shoulders and ears. We're going to have some hearts for each other. Not just, oh, you got a situation. I'm a judge on that. I'm going to have to go in there and put myself in that situation in order to help you. Because I am a leader. I got to show you the way out. I've been out here since 2010. It's a lot of brothers come to me and ask me just everyday things. I don't be expecting these things to be important, but they are. I don't expect myself to be important because I was taught them fields. And I just want to thank y'all for sharing and coming out and caring for each other and embracing me. Islam.
Good mom. Brother, right back. You have a situation that occurs. When you're young, you at school, it might happen to you, or you might see it happen to somebody else. You see somebody get bullied, or you get bullied. And you make an observation at that point that either I'm a hide from it, or I'm a face it head on. The situation occurs, your response to it. Either you fight, or you continue to be bullied. As you get older, the response to a loud voice, that's the trigger, a loud voice. Someone pushing, whether it be emotionally or whether it be physically. How we get into the situations that we end up in is through how we respond to seeing the things that happen in our homes or seeing the things when we step off that porch. A lot of people talk about the streets. Well, before you get in the streets, you had to hit the curb. Before you hit the curb, you had to be on the porch. We made steps to get into these situations. It's a situation that occurs that puts us in a situation that traumatizes. And how we respond to that trauma or that traumatization is what leads us into the situations that we end up getting ourselves into. Women become victims of domestic violence as a result of men who were raised in single parent homes, who felt like because they didn't have a voice with their mother, whenever they got an opportunity to be around a woman and she talked to them in the way that sounded like their mother, that was a trigger. When we talk about triggers, we're talking about past things that happened to us that we felt that we didn't have any control over. And once we felt like we were in a position to where we had some control, we responded to them in a way to where that support group, 9 times out of 10, it was who we thought were our peers, the people in our community. Man, you know I ain't buying nothing. What you gonna do? And everybody looking at you. Oh, I ain't buying nothing either. And that situation puts us in precarious situations to where we either end up dead, in jail, or cycling around for decades trying to find out how do we respond to these things. A lot of us ended up in situations as teenagers, and we're just not finding ourselves as senior citizens because we don't understand how to respond to triggers. If somebody bumps you because you've been bullied while you were a child, you take the bump as it's a direct conflict. First is you're going to go seek counsel from somebody who hasn't had counsel themselves. So what are they going to tell you? Man, that's like a bunch. Man, let's go out.
Okay, EMS will be here.
Instead of saying, Why are you taking that personal, bro? Maybe you didn't even see you. It's a situation that occurred, and the situation triggers past events, and we respond to those past events in the way by time travel is saying what I would have did when I was a child if I was strong enough to do it. Most bullies are cowards. It just is what it is. That's why most bullies, when they get directly confronted, you see that they're scared too.
Slime. I just want to say, brother asked the question on what do I do to help myself deal with trauma. And when I was younger, I just grew up. I realized that I found myself in a place with all adults. I was 15 years of age. I had to grow up. So you gotta make decisions in your life. Everybody can't deal with themselves. That's just not possible. Some people need help. You should be trying to recognize after the age of 20-something, that, hey, you know what? I may just need a little help. I may just need to talk to someone. I may need to get it out. Because sometimes when you get that out, you can see yourself out the flood. You can't see that it's all suppressed within. Sometimes you're going to have to find yourself somewhere where you can help yourself. That's on you. You're going to have to make a choice. Trauma is always going to be around as long as you want to be weak. If man chooses to be weak, trauma is going to be on your back. It's going to be on your back. When you have strength, there is no trauma. And you can fix yourself. I'll make time. Peace. Peace.
Wow, bro. I'm gonna touch on what you said first, brother. Because I disagree with you saying strength and weakness. Because at one time we always. So we got to be careful with the words we choose sometimes, because that can trigger something here. Because we always say we've been in the penitentiary. I've been knowing Quay probably since I was about 3. We come up in the project. This brother right here raised me in the penitentiary. A lot of these older brothers raised me. The thing is, we lack information. You have to have a knowledge of something to be able to deal with it. And many of us, when we come up in Detroit, we didn't have the information. So you in the first grade, as opposed to a white society that's in the first grade, y'all taught 2 different curriculums in how to handle situations. See, I take my grandkids, they live in the hood, so I don't live in the hood. I want to take them to see something different, because we shaped by heredity. We shaped by our environments. So when the building of Detroit was coming into fruition, people don't even know that it was targeting our people. It wasn't for white people to work at Chrysler. It was for us. The projects, all these things were designed to take our people in a direction that was conducive to help somebody else. See, it's bigger than us. This country wasn't for us. We was brought here for a purpose.